Hello again, Dad. Thank you again for joining us. And hello, everyone at Australia Online Market. So as promised this morning, we've locked John in again, Melbourne's favourite naturopath, and we are talking about arthritis and joint health. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump right in. And I will start with my questions straight to you, Dad, if that's cool with you.
Thank you, Nicole. Yes, go for your life. I don't know about being the most favorite, but anyhow, you are biased, and that's great, and I love you. So let's get started.
You keep saying that. Okay. So, all right, my first question for you is, I have done a little bit of research on my own, and I've seen that nearly 23% of adults suffer from arthritis. So my question to you is, what can we be doing to help people with arthritis?
Well, it is frightening, and you are right about the numbers. It's very, very sad, and arthritis is, to a large extent, preventable disease. There's three major or common types of arthritis: the rheumatoid arthritis, which is basically an immune disease. We've got a thing called psoriatic arthritis, which affects the skin as well as the joints, and that's quite serious as well. And finally, osteoarthritis, which is the main arthritis that people suffer from, which is basically a degeneration of the joints. And you often hear people talk about joints that are bone to bone, and then we have joint replacement, hip and knee replacement, and what have you. I think perhaps the first thing to talk about is what we can do naturally, the foods that we can avoid or increase in order to prevent arthritis from coming, or in order to alleviate the symptoms of arthritis, And so we need to avoid processed food as much as possible. Anything that comes in a packet, forget it. Anything that God makes and you can buy at the fruit shop, or at the butcher, or at the fishmonger. Fish is very good. That you buy, and then you cook it and you eat it. And remember what we said yesterday about having quite a few raw vegetables in order to increase the amount of enzymes and goodness and vitamins, But anything that is processed, especially these oils that they use, the saturated fats, etc., these are absolutely terrible. Don't forget that we keep talking about the omega fatty acids. Omega-3 is excellent, but omega-6 is inflammatory. So we must reduce the omega-6 intake and look for supplements that have only got omega-3. And these, of course, are found in fatty fish. Now, fatty fish are mackerel and tuna and Atlantic salmon. Remember that we need to avoid farmed fish. We need to avoid farmed fish. It's an ecological disaster, even though Tasmania has got pristine waters. If anyone's seen the Four Corners program last year about what they do to fish and how they herd them from one enclosure to another enclosure along a narrow canal, and as the fish follow one another in single line, they get injected with colors and antibiotics and antifungals and God knows what else. So farmed fish is out, but imported Atlantic salmon is the way to go. And of course, mackerel is fine. Mackerel, I don't think, is being farmed. We must avoid sugar. And sugar includes all the sugar substitutes, sugar and sugar. So no sugar, Now, red meat is bad. Fish is excellent, and in the middle we've got the chicken and the veal, which is, well, I suppose you'd call veal a red meat, so we should avoid red meat if we can. Best to have fish and vegetables as much as we can. All refined carbohydrates. Some of the cheeses are particularly bad. Unfortunately for my friends, alcohol is to be reduced as much as possible. My cardiologist used to say to me, increase the quality and reduce the quantity. So much for for alcohol. So the body acidity is a hard concept for some of our medical colleagues to grasp, and I don't know why. The body has certainly got 7 different ways of controlling acidity in the body. But when you think that the major source of acidity in the body is, of course, the acid that is poured by the stomach. And we want that. Hydrochloric acid is good for us. It kills the germs that we swallow, and it helps to digest the food and the meat that we eat. And so hydrochloric acid in the stomach is excellent, and we need it there, and it's essential for the proper absorption of vitamins and minerals eventually. However, once it goes into the intestine, that acid should be neutralized efficiently and quickly. And it's a long story, so I'll keep it very, very short. And if anybody wants to know the full mechanism, I'm happy to say. But basically, it's the lactic acid producing bacteria that end up through a series of biochemical reactions neutralizing the acid that comes out of the stomach. So we are back to the probiotics that we were talking about yesterday. So a good amount of lactobacillus, acidophilus, and bifidobacteria in the intestines also helps reduce the acid by neutralizing it in the intestine. And as I said, I can let you know the mechanism if anybody wants. And so, as we said yesterday, all disease begins in the gut. Certainly arthritis is one of those diseases, yeah? And so the reason why the omega-3 fatty acids are good is because what happens in inflammation, and of course, any bad germs in the intestines cause toxins and inflammation, and that makes everything worse, and the joints hurt even more. But the omega-3s, what they do is they stop the inflammatory cascade right at the bottom. So instead of waiting for the inflammation to fulminate, to grow, and then we take the anti-inflammatories. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, the Voltaren and Brufen and all these non-steroidal anti-inflammatories out there on the market that we sell every day. They wait for the inflammation to occur and then they reduce it. Well, omega-3, if you take it for a little while, in relatively high doses, it stops the inflammation at the very, very base of it. So it doesn't even begin to come up at all. So that's the brilliant of omega-3, you know? But then you see, we get to the stage where we have arthritis today. So what do we do? Well, everything that I said so far, we should do. But in addition to that, we have something today that is far superior to anything that we've had in the past. Many of us remember glucosamine. Do you remember glucosamine? It was the big thing a few years ago. Everybody was using glucosamine and combinations of glucosamine with chondroitin, with MSA, with different things. But now, for the first time, for the last 2 or 3 years, we have had the new generation of collagen. And collagen has been with us for 60 years, probably since Neanderthal days, for God's sake. Any soup that you make contains collagen. However, the trouble with collagen is that when you eat collagen, it gets absorbed as individual proteins. So the stomach destroys it, destroys the structure of it, and makes it into individual proteins. Great. The new generation collagen has been hydrolyzed, means cleaved, means chopped up into little pieces of real, honest-to-goodness collagen. So collagen is like a 3-stranded rope. I'm trying to imitate a 3-stranded rope here. And it's like a telecom rope. Everybody knows telecom. I don't know where everybody gets their telecom rope, but the usual yellow and blue rope that everybody seems to have everywhere. In every camping site, you'll see all the tents standing up thanks to telecom rope. So collagen is a rope structure, huge molecule, many proteins stuck together to form collagen. What this company has been able to do is it's been able to hydrolyze or cleave or cut this collagen into little collagen pieces, if you like, so that when you absorb it, you actually absorb collagen, not little bits of protein, but real collagen. And the most amazing thing is that this collagen goes to the target tissues and recombines and forms fresh new collagen. So let's have a look at this. This is what the joints look like. And you can see that the cartilage in the middle of the joints begins to become worn, and you get inflammation, etc., etc. Now, collagen can fix all that. Let's have a look at this. Let me read this. More than 90% of specially hydrolyzed collagen is digested and available in the bloodstream within 1 hour. From the blood, the peptides are transported into the target tissues, which is the skin, the bones, the cartilage, etc. There, they act as building blocks for cells and produce new collagen fibers. Thus, growth is able to continue as normal in the tissue. And I don't know if you can see, but if you can see these little yellow numbers, which may be very hard to see, but if you can see these little yellow numbers, these are the references. And in the PowerPoint, if you click on that, you go directly to the university reference from which we got the information here. So there's collagen and collagen and collagen, and there is a particular collagen which is extracted from a particular animal, which lives together in the animal together with hyaluronic acid, which is what provides the lubrication and the resistance to pressure, and a bit of chondroitin, and all of this occurs naturally together. We don't get a bit of this and a bit of this and a bit of this and add it together. It lives together. That's how it comes. And that is the best form of, I'll say, cure. I hope somebody forgives me for saying cure, but it's the best way of alleviating the discomfort of arthritis. So these are the tips that we have for arthritis, and I hope that people try them and see the difference. Do you know, we've had customers who've been buying 11,000, and just a couple of days ago, I rang them up to say that there was a discount on the collagen, and they said, yes, I know, I bought $5,000 last week. You know, it's an absolutely amazing, amazing product, and people who've tried it have sworn by it and returned for it. And as a complete and utter bonus, even though we're not looking for it, collagen fixes wrinkles. And it forms, of course, the scaffolds that are under the skin. And, well, you know, we may not be taking it for wrinkles, but it fixes wrinkles anyway. So I just thought I'd throw that in. It fixes everything, blood vessels, arteries and veins and lungs and gut and everything, collagen, everything's collagen in the body. All the connective tissue benefits from collagen. So I better shut up. I'm beginning to sound like a used car salesman here. So collagen's good for you.
A used collagen salesman. That was really good. You don't have to sell me. I'm already sold on the collagen for sure. Thanks to all of your advice, Dad. And you've actually, I think you've answered my next question, which was going to be, when you mentioned collagen, I thought, well, hang on, there's so much collagen out there. I know I've tried a lot, powdered forms, liquid forms, etc. But I think you answered that anyway. So you're saying that in order to get the real benefit of collagen, we need to be getting the collagen that is hydrolyzed or broken into many pieces that once we ingest or put on our skin, it's absorbed and reforms into full collagen where our bodies can use it, as opposed to, I suppose, how would you describe the other types of collagen? They're just... Well,
as I said, it's a complicated, large molecule made up of proteins. So the stomach breaks it up and absorbs the proteins as if they were a piece of chicken or something, you know.
Right. Okay, good. Well, look, I think you've covered heaps there in this short amount of time. And I know, like anything else, you could go on for hours about it. If we were to leave the audience with anything, any little tidbit, any last comments based, of course, on your experience with your clients when it comes to joint health, arthritis, etc., what would you say?
Well, I would say something that everybody already knows, and that is prevention is better than cure. And you look at the price, and it is what it is, but it's much, much cheaper than knee replacement or hip replacement. It's much, much cheaper than, what do they call? Facelift surgery. it might be expensive, but it's no more expensive than a cup of cappuccino a day. I mean, as you may know, Stephanie and I, and now Matthew and I, go every morning and buy cappuccino. You know, unashamedly, they charge $4.80 for a thing of cappuccino. Yeah. Now you say, why $4.80? Well, because the coffee is good. There's cheaper coffee. We can go and have cappuccino. Hey, they sell cappuccino at the petrol station for $1. You know, you get what you pay for in this world. So prevention is better than cure. Get the best of the best and stick to it.
Okay, well, thank you again. That was awesome. That was a great little interview. Thank you, John, Dad, Melbourne's favourite naturopath. So, guys, we'll end it there. Don't forget, tomorrow we're coming back with osteoporosis and bone health. So we'll lock Dad down again for another 5 minutes. And don't forget, guys, the competition is still going. Remember, the prize is going to be drawn on Sunday, and it's just blatant bribery, like we said. Whoever gives me the most engagement through the week, I'm going to count up comments and likes and the works, and whoever is the most engaging will get the free hair pack. So a really lovely, luxurious hair pack with 4 products in it, and also will score a double appointment to come and see John at his rooms in Paran or over a Zoom, depending on where you're based. So once again, thank you, everyone, and thank you so much, Dad, for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Nicole. All the best.
Thank you.